welcome to the 395 Junkie Garage. My oldest daughter really wants to take advantage of my old rooftop tent that I've been hanging on to for just this day. I've got an old ARB that she'll be using, but now that she's got her Jeep, she's needed a roof rack, and she wanted something that's easily accessible to take on and take off. And there's a few on the market, but the one that I decided to give a try is one I've been looking at for a while. I've been trying to talk Mama Goose into using it, but she hasn't given in quite yet. But maybe after we install this one, she'll be able to take a look at how easy it comes on and off. And it is supposedly rated that it can handle a rooftop tent no problem. It's a DeeZee, D-E-E-Z-E-E roof rack, and there's no drilling required. I thought I'd do a little unboxing here to kind of show you all the pieces that it comes with, and then we'll break it down. And I'm hoping it's going to be an easy install, that we can knock this out tonight, and then I can jump right to Mama Goose's JL install tomorrow. Alright guys, so here's all the parts unboxed, and it looks like you got about 6 of these long rails. You've got a bunch of parts that are all really well labeled, which is really good. Got some of these brackets here. You got 2 smaller bars, and then this bar right here. And I'm not quite sure where everything goes yet. We're reading the instructions right now. Actually, Mama Goose is reading the instructions right now. So what it does is it uses these rain gutters in order to help mount the rack onto the roof. And then there's other supports that kind of rest in strategic locations on top of the Jeep, where, you know, it gives it the most support on top of the roll cage. So we're going to keep reading the instructions, start putting these pieces together, and we'll see what the next step is. I'm excited. This is going to be great. Alright guys, so what we're doing right now is we're just organizing all the hardware. We figured it'll make it our lives a little bit easier to get all the bolts separated. And what we're doing is we're taking a couple of pieces of hardware and getting them started, putting together, which is what's going to clamp onto the rain gutter. So we're going to keep organizing, and once we start making some real progress, we'll get back to you. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this 24-inch rack, and there's 2 of them, and they go on the front right above on top of the freedom panel on the driver and passenger side. And these mounts clamp onto the rain gutter right here, so they should just go right in there. There we go. And you're going to want to push up on it to make sure it clamps real solid on the rain gutter, and then just hand tighten them while holding the nut onto the back. All right, so this side's in. I just gotta tighten them with the wrench, and it'll hold it solid, and then we'll move on to the other side.
I've been in these cities to watch.
I was thinking about that the other day.
And these are the metal pieces that I was talking about that are going to sit on top of the Jeep that will hold down and rest support on the more structurally strong areas of the roof. All right, so now that that's tight, the swivel goes on here. No washer, Gabs?
No.
And then this just screws on there. and then we can make final adjustments later. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take these pieces we just put together with the swivel on the bottom, and we're gonna slide it into the track on top of this bar with these two on the outside. All right, so I'm gonna tighten this up right now on each side, and then we're gonna jump over to the other side and do that side. So let me tighten these down. Yeah, it's very rhino rack-ish. This is very similar to how we have to put together the rhino rack in some areas. Oh, now we gotta tighten them from underneath. All right, so.
But we have to center it first.
What's centered? Is it hanging over?
The middle bolt can line up with the middle of the freedom, in between the freedom panels.
She's so smart, this one. All right, guys, so we got this side done, and now we're moving our way back, and then the freedom panel front bars will be done.
Done.
All good?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the back now. All right, what's next, Gaps?
So now we're going to do the same thing that we did before with the 24-inch rails, and we're going to attach these,
Slide them through
the
here.
base brackets. Yes.
All right,
The base brackets back on the 60-inch, and then put the 60-inch up on top.
And are they completely loose on your end?
Yes.
All right, guys, so we got a little bit of a problem, and we just searched through all of our boxes and the trash that we threw away. What we're doing is we're missing 4 pieces of a mounting bracket that is going to go on, that you need in order to put the top bars up here, and I'll show them to you right now. These bars right here, these brackets right here, this little piece here that goes all the way up that these screws go in, there should be 4 more, but they didn't give it to us. So what I'm gonna do is, the rooftop tent is really only gonna be used on this part of the Jeep here. And so all we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen up those bolts there and slide it straight back. And we're gonna use these 2 bars on the rear portion of the Jeep, of the roof rack. And I'll order the rest of the pieces from DeeZee and have them send them out. But I don't ever see her using this part of the roof rack anyways, unless she's going on a really long trip where she needs this extra area for storage. So we're gonna make that move real quick, and then we'll finish it up. All right, so you can see we're running into some technical difficulties as usual. It's always something. We scratched her roof because the wind guard, Gabby didn't want to take off because she thought it's fine where it's at, and you can see it scratched the top of her roof because we got lazy. But now we're back on track. We're gonna tighten this back up. Man, it was going so smooth too. I would just wish they would have given us all the parts. All right, so that one's tight, doll. You do your side. Alright, so here's a view of those extra supports I was talking about that sit on top of the roof. So you got the connection sitting, you got part of the energy sitting on the drip rail, which is terrifying, but that's where that extra support comes in. Most of the weight is going to sit in these 4 corners where you can see they're all sitting on the roof. So, all right, guys, so we're pretty much done. I think what's going to have to occur is these bars right here can slide up and back based off this rail that's here. And I think the way it's set up right now, it's probably spread out too far for the tent to fit. So I think when we're ready to put the rooftop tent on, we'll have to adjust these bars back and forth, maybe move that one back and move this one up forward a little so we can get the tent on. But you know, we just had the one minor hiccup with the missing pieces, which will allow for those to get installed. But like I said, we kind of made do with using the brackets it did come with in order to get them installed on the back rack where she's going to need it most to go camping next weekend. And honestly, I don't know why she'd ever use those front bars unless it was a longer trip and she wanted to put some storage items on top of there. As a matter of fact, I don't even know why she would leave these on here altogether too. We might just take those off, Gabs. It'll probably look a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You happy?
Very happy.
All right, so here's a view of those extra supports I was talking about that sit on top of the roof. So you got the connection sitting, you got part of the energy sitting on the drip rail, which is terrifying, but that's where that extra support comes in. Most of the weight is gonna sit in these four corners where you can see they're all sitting on the roof, so. All right, guys, so it is now Thursday night, and I'm pretty excited. I'm not even the one going camping, but my daughter is taking her Jeep out for the first time, and she's going without us, and she's going with a friend of hers, and they're going to go up to Menachie Meadows. So it's kind of cool because I'm helping her get all the stuff ready. I knew I kept this ARB tent for a reason. We're going to throw it on top of her roof rack that we put on earlier in this video. So pretty fired up. I thought I'd show you guys how it kind of goes on the DeeZee roof rack. And hopefully it goes as smooth as I expect it to. And all right. Yeah, it did. All right. All right, so got the rooftop tent up there. Now he's got to put the brackets on. Once I'm done with the brackets, we're going to open it up, show her how to use it, and I'll give you guys a little tour of the ARB rooftop tent. So we got the tent all up there and installed and ratcheted down. Got some busted knuckles. That's why if you go with the roof rack, that Rhino rack extended legs helps a ton. Gives you a lot more room to work under here, but we're able to get it done pretty easily. So now we're gonna open it up and show her how to use it. Unlatch that Velcro. That's the part you got to do when you put it all the way. Undo it. Now come over here. Open your back passenger door. Back it up. Pull that out.
Pull what out?
The top part of the ladder until it clicks. Oh, I guess it didn't click. All right. Put it back in.
It's like, wait a second.
So you'll get better leverage if you pull on this one. There you go. Now as you pull it down, use this. Now you can grab it from here. Now you're going to pull it all out so that it unfolds on you.
Pull it out?
Oh, I will let her out.
There you go. Nice and slow. Hop up here and grab this. You see that wire or that metal pole?
Yeah.
You want to pull it straight out. These are windows right here that you can open up and it'll act as an awning. We're not going to do all that right now. We're going to get it put away, but it's got a nice rain fly on it so that if it's raining, that's the cover that kind of drops down on it. And we love this tent. It really, it suited us fine, you know, when we first got it. But what happened is that cover for it, the vinyl cover, it's just such a pain to put on when it's really cold outside, and most of our camping is in pretty cold weather, and I got sick of fighting it. But this will be a good tent for Gabby and Brianna. When she gets her Jeep, they can share it, and if they both want to go camping, they can fight over it. But it's got a good little tent. It's got a nice little here's another window where you can see better, where you can, you know, use the poles, and that'll stay up and kind of give you some shade. And then it's got a nice little cover here, so in case it's raining when you're getting in, you can get out of the rain pretty quick. And then climbing up here, give you guys a quick little peek inside of what the ARB looks like. It's pretty roomy. I mean, you could easily fit 2 adults real simple in here. And those 4 these little bungees just kind of keep it all pulled in, so when you fold it down, it gets all the fabric out of the way. But you know, decent amount of room, easy to deploy, easy to put away. And this is the mattress it comes with, and it's probably about 3 to 4 inches thick. And we have another little topper under here, which makes it even more comfortable. But this is the ARB Rooftop Tent, and we've been big fans of it. It's never really given us any problems except for fighting with it in the cold. So we're gonna get it put away now and show you guys how easy that is. To use both hands, it needs to go in at the same time. Give it a little punch like that. There you go. Push up on it. There you go. Now there you go. Leverage, don't let it slam. And trust me. Good? Alright, and that's it. She's ready to roll. Now, the one thing I will say that I'm not entirely convinced, and I'm going to send her with some tools so that her and her friend can check to make sure everything stays tight, is I would highly recommend using some blue Loctite on all of those screws that are up there. So if you're going to be doing a lot of off-roading or driving, when she gets up there, she'll check everything, make sure nothing got loose. But if you have some blue Loctite, it'll go a long ways and give you a little bit of peace of mind. But I think she'll be okay on this trip. So that's the ARB tent. You excited?
So excited.
So, all right, that's a wrap for this video, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoy material like this. You know, we do a lot of overlanding. We do a lot of off-roading. We do videos like this where we show some new installs and gadgets and goodies and use. So if you like this, hit like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you out on the trail. And until then, happy trails.